Debbie and I moved to Fort Collins the end of June of 2013. Less than a month later, I started feeling ill, and as over the course of some visits to urgent care and then finally to my primary care physician, ended up being hospitalized on July 22nd. That led to almost 5 months of hospital and rehabilitation, with me coming back to our home in Fort Collins on December 10th. What had happened, I'd been diagnosed with West Nile Virus and went into respiratory failure. I had meningitis and encephalitis, and so there were some real questions about, in those early days as I was in intensive care, what my future might be, whether I would either survive, and if I did survive, what kind of cognitive abilities that I would regain. I'm thankful that in the course of time that I was able to rebound and to be on the road to recovery, but it's been a long haul. Even this year, I've been in the hospital several times with major infections, and at the end of February of this year, I almost died because of going into septic shock, and that required some few days in intensive care, a couple of weeks of recovery from that. And in the midst of it all, I've just learned that you have to trust God, one day at a time. As an active person and a pretty intense person, I oftentimes think of Psalm 23, where it says, "He makes me to lie down." And sometimes when you are forced to stop, when life brings you to a stopping place, you have no option but to trust God, to place your life in His hands, and to know that He is with you each step of the way. I'm so thankful for my wife and family and friends who rallied to my side. I'm thankful for my church and for those who prayed intensely for me. And I realize that in the midst of that, when we can't believe for ourselves, there are others who will believe for us, who will come in and to hold us up and to stand in the gap. And that as we continue to trust God, we will find Him to be faithful in our lives. A theme song that we adopted was one that contains the words, "God is with us. He is with us always." And that's what I've learned through this whole process.